Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge, late morning taste challenge. We have two 40% alcohol, 3-year age blended Scotch whiskies. Congratulations to Louisiana State University baseball for winning the national championship in college baseball for the seventh. They did that last night. Now here is White Horse blended Scotch whiskey. Introduced in 1890. It's owned by Diageo these days. They say that the flavor comes from Lagavulin. So they use Lagavulin single malt Scotch as their what we would call in the United States we would call it their straight whiskey. You know, like United States blended whiskey, they'll have like 80% grain spirits, which don't have much flavor at all. And then the flavor will come from the straight whiskey that they add to it, usually straight bourbon. Doesn't have to be straight bourbon, just has to be straight whiskey. Could be straight corn whiskey, but it's the same principle. The flavor is coming from the 20% or higher, can't be lower, 20% or higher straight whiskey. All right, so the competitor, got to put the glasses in the right location. The competitor is Clan MacGregor. Okay, introduced in 1934 by, I think it's always had the same owner, William Grant and Sons, kind of their budget blended Scotch. It's bottled in New Jersey. And if you look at old magazine ads for this, they talk about how, oh yeah, the quality is superb. Well, you know, but we save money by bottling it in New Jersey, Edison, New Jersey. So we don't ship the bottles across the ocean. There it is. There's the focus. We ship the whiskey across the ocean and bottle it in the USA. So there's a lion wearing the crown for the Kingdom of Scotland. And there you go. It's pretty popular around here. I don't know about your town, but Clan MacGregor is really popular in Louisiana. And I got this bottle. I got the last two bottles for $5 a bottle. Now, I'm not joking. They did a closeout at one of the stores, and I thought, I think it was Walmart. I said, $5, I'll buy. I think I bought one, and then I went back and bought. I was like, I'm going to buy the other one. Okay. Then they were gone in like one day, as you would imagine. But even though it's still inexpensive, even at the regular price. Let's see. Clan MacGregor Scotch. Yeah, $16.99 for a handle. Green glass. Green plastic, green glass for the regular bottle. Yeah, $16.99. They're giving a scale. They're saying complex. It's very on the complex side and not delicate but rich. So not mild but complex, not delicate but mostly rich. Hard to believe, right? For such a cheap price, $16.99 for a bottle. But that's what they're saying. $16.99 divided by 1750 times 750. 728. So you can get White Horse for $38.90. Well, if you go to Total Wine and they have it in stock, they don't in my area. But if you go to Total Wine, you can get this for $33.99. Okay. Or you can get this. I'm talking about the handle bottle, not the regular bottle. You can get this in the handle bottle for $16.99. $22 difference. Is White Horse going to be $22 better? I don't see how. Now, what single malt are they using in Clan MacGregor? Who knows? Probably one of their single malt that they own, which the main one is Glenfiddich, William Grant and Sons. But they trade. You know, these companies trade with one another. Uh, Brands. I don't even know what these brands are. They don't classify them by type, or I mean by class. You know, like whiskey, gin, monkey shoulder. That's malt whiskey made for mixing. Okay, I've heard of it. Never bought it. Plan to. Drambuie, that's not a Scotch. Tullamore DW, that's an Irish whiskey. Sailor Jerry, that's a flavored spice rum. Hendrix, that's gin. Balvenie. The Balvenie is single malt Scotch. Definitely well-known brand, well-known distillery. No joke with that. Glenfiddich, same thing. Well-known. Yeah, they probably have more than those two, but I guess those are their two main single malt brands, the Balvenie and Glenfiddich. So, yeah, they're using quality stuff in this blend. Now, I didn't say that's going to make it quality. I said they're using quality stuff in it. Now, your counterpoint could be, yeah, but it's probably reject Glenfiddich and reject Balvenie. Yeah, that's probably why I got that for $5. Okay, but don't fool yourself. It's not terrible though. Clan MacGregor is not terrible. I ain't gonna sit here and talk about how wonderful it is, like it's some kind of world class thing. But I'm not gonna sit here and down it talking about it's trash either. Now it's kind of straw, and this one's kind of gold. But you probably can't tell with this lighting and the way it is. But it's mostly similar, gold and gold, right? But I can see that the Clan MacGregor's lighter, yeah. So LSU, they were losing two to not. LSU was losing two. Louisiana State University LSU was losing 2-0 last night. I was like, oh, they got beat 24-4 Sunday night, Sunday afternoon. But I said, ain't nothing, you know. And then I got so sleepy, I turned the TV off, and then somebody woke me up, and I was not happy. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you called me." I said, "I don't know why he couldn't look at his phone and see," but I said, "No, I was sound asleep." Yeah, I couldn't get back to sleep, so I said, "Let me just see the score." I said 10-2. It was 2-0. Now they scored 10 unanswered runs, and then I knew they were going to win. Then I mean, I could just see Florida, their face. They were shocked, stunned. But you can never be sure. You know, you never know for sure. But you could see that they were pretty rocked. Uh, Ended up being 18-4. So they won it. All right. Okay. Next year, probably be some other state, you know. Hopefully if it is a different school, it'll be like University of Louisiana at Lafayette, or even better, Southeastern Louisiana. But I mean the little schools don't have a chance usually. We have had little schools win it though, like Coastal Carolina. Shocked everyone. That's a rarity, but it happens. Not in football because they don't let the little schools compete. They make it, you know, they stage it where there's not a risk of that. Can't be having those kind of upsets, you know. Got to have Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Louisiana State University, Southern California, Penn State, Ohio State, the Ohio State. Got to make it fair. So that way, Florida State. That way, you only include them. See, the elite. That way they don't take the risk of losing to the underdogs, the underlings, like Clan MacGregor, for instance. Yeah, it smells like regular old Scotch, cereal grains, malted and unmalted. Same old story, really. Yeah, same old story, but maybe a little inkling, a little twinkle of Isla Scotch, that smoky, peaty thing. But it's close. So on appearance, I like the paler ones, like Clan MacGregor, where it's obvious they didn't add any coloring, because if they did a bad job, because it's still so pale, it almost has no color. I remember when I first tried it in my life with my daughter, we did a dual review at her house, and I poured it was so pale. And then I didn't know anything about Scotch at the time. I'd never tried Scotch whiskey in my life. And I was like, did you store these glasses in some old wood cabinet? I thought it was the wood from the cabinet making it smell weird like that. It smelled like old furniture. And then I realized later, okay, it was the barrels giving it that weird, I got used to the aroma and flavor, but they're giving it that weird thing about it. I thought she had an old kitchen cabinet that was making it smell like that. I thought it was the glass making it smell. It wasn't the act. I didn't realize it was the product. Funny, huh? But so it's very pale, and I'm not looking down. You see, I'm looking here and around here, like laterally, and I like when they're not. I like it when they're not adding coloring. Now, White Horse, I don't know. That seems pretty dark for a 3-year-old, doesn't it? It's kind of dark, but maybe it's probably not. It's probably colored with caramel coloring. Oh well, harmless, but okay. Taste. Um, See, once you get used to it, then it doesn't taste exotic. Now it just tastes like honey top white bread crust. I like honey top white bread crust, like Sara Lee honey top bread, but it's nothing like unusual. Just say like regular old sugary whiskey. Paul Cardenas says, "Big Ron, enjoy, big fella." No, I'm not big. I'm probably smaller framed, actually. I'm not tiny framed, you understand? Even if I wear a medium shirt, it's too snug, but you get what I'm saying. All right. Now, this morning, when I did grants, the flagship from the company against White Horse, I was picking up smoke, peat, and everything. Now, nothing. It's honey top white bread crust versus honey top white bread crust. Would I actually pay what I'm tasting now? Would I actually pay $22 more per bottle? Impossible. I would never do that. But look, to be fair, which I'm always trying to be. Haha, me too. Okay, to be fair, Clan MacGregor punches above its weight. It's always doing that. It's like if you buy Clan MacGregor and you're thinking, yeah, that's some old cheapo scotch. I bet it's awful. News alert, none of them are awful, actually. Second point, it does way better than you would imagine. It's probably the best. Clan MacGregor is probably the best cheapo scotch that they got on the market. Well, except for the fact that I've had probably only like 10% of the cheapo scotches on the market, but you know what I mean. I have a ways to go. I did buy the Legacy Scotch, which got nothing to do with Tomatin. They had to change the name for the U.S. market, and they changed the name to Dualcus, which means legacy in Gaelic. But there was already a Scotch whiskey on the market here since like 1961 or 62. I got to check my records, but my notes. But it's legacy Scotch. Is it popular? No. I found it at one store. Never saw it any other place. But it was $14.99 for a handle, so I bought it. That's like There's no risk involved with that. Like you cannot lose with that. You say, well, it's terrible. I can barely drink it. Well, you can mix it with Pepsi Cola. Get the all sugar one. I mean, yeah, but it's not terrible. It's not going to be terrible. It's not going to be terrible. It is not going to be terrible. It's from Sazerac, and they make some lowbrow stuff. Okay, I'll concede that. Everything that comes out of Buffalo Trace ain't no Eagle Rare. You know, everything that comes out of it, but it's not bad. They put out a lot of lowbrow. I mean, a lot of low shelf stuff. I think that's where most of their money comes from. Honestly, that's why they can sell Eagle Rare for $59.99. No, what am I saying? 59, $35.99, and they could sell Buffalo Trace for $23.99, and they could sell Blanton's for $64.99. It was $59.99 over here for years. It never went up. It finally went up $5. So you say, how could they sell those single barrel bourbons for so cheap? It's because they're selling so many bottles of the cheap stuff like Skull vodka and Taka vodka and doggone Canadian Hunter. Not to mention all the private label brands that they pumping out day in and day out, like WD Liquors Scotch, which I never tried it, but it's probably okay. What do you rate Seagram's VO for what it is? Well, I always rate everything for what it is, you understand. Seagram's VO, they claim in Canada, if you look at the Canadian website, says age 6 years. I don't know, that's probably true. Well, it's very nice. I rated a B plus, maybe an A minus. Yeah, A minus, B plus. It's kind of bland, but it's always consistent. It's been on the market since 1911. What the heck? I would rather get the VO Gold, though. You could pay a little bit more, pay $1 more and fly first class. And get the VO Gold age 8 years instead of 6. Hard to find Blanton's under $100, says the PAB Productions. Really? Well, not here in Louisiana. It's always going for $64.99, $59.99 if you're lucky, $64.99 if you find it in stock. Now, of course, it sells out in one day. It always sells out in one day. 6 years ago, it would just be on the shelf. And probably 6 years from now, it'll just be on the shelf. But right now, during this hype time, like, oh, I gotta go get my Blanton's. It's like the thing. It's the thing. I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it. Thank you, Sonia. She gave me a nearly full bottle. It was very enjoyable. But back to this. It tastes like sugar water and honey. Little wood. Do you still buy natural ice? I think I'm about to buy a brick of it, a 30 pack, because I am getting too worn out on this Milwaukee's Best Light. Do I enjoy Milwaukee's Best Light? Yes. But honestly, it's a little bland and too thin, and it's driving me nuts. I got to have some more action. Dornax had it at $100 recently, unfortunately. $100? For Blanton's? Well, I can assure you, Mathern's had it for $64.99. All you had to do was walk in the store and buy it. Now, like I said, in 3 hours, it was gone. I didn't buy a bottle. I mean, I've got so many. I mean, really, if you came over here and you saw all of these bourbons, you'd be like, dude, you need to cool it. Like, who needs all this bourbon? I would be like, I know you, and I agree with your assessment. All right. I'm not going to keep dragging this out. They have a little peat and a little smoke, but it's so minimal. I'm telling you, it might be 1 out of 100. I'm not joking. They might be 99% not that and 1% peat and smoky. One thing. Basically not worth talking about. Honey, sugar water, a little oak, a little cereal grains. I mean, these are basic. These are basic. And I don't mean ick like yucky, just basic like basic. And if you're dealing with basic products, then you have to say, why am I paying $1 more one bottle to the other? And my answer would be, yeah, why are you paying $1 more one to the other? Because I know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm doing the reviews. I just like I said a long march through the brands. So I'm trying to test out the different brands. So there's actually a systematic approach to it. But you say, well, I don't care about all of that stuff. I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't care about trying all the brands. That's meaningless to me. I'll watch your videos as like something comical to watch. I don't even take you seriously. Okay, fine. You don't have to. Or maybe you watch it because you enjoy it, whatever the case. But I'm telling you my approach to try everything. But if you just drinking it just to drink it, and you say, I want the cheapest one possible that's not nasty. Well, hey, I guess MacGregor going to be the cheapest one that you can find. Like, it's really going to be the cheapest one you can find. Unless you go to Star and buy Legacy for $14.99. But it's really so low. The chance of you finding something lower is practically not in play. Now, when Dixie going to have it for $19.99? Because they always charge exorbitant prices. Oh, but I did go over there today and they had rum for $12.99. Rum, silver and gold, big bottles. The big bottles. $12.99, and I paid $14.99 for that silver. Could have saved $2, but did I know it was going to go on sale? No. But I got the gold for $12.99. And they had the tequila, silver and gold, for $18.99. Now that's a deal. Tequila for a huge handle bottle for $18.99. You say, well, that's nasty. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. I don't know about that. You think it's going to be horrible? I looked at the NOM, the NOM, numero originated in Mexico. The supposedly number that tells you where it's made, which would be Gonzalez and Gonzalez, which I think the real name of it is Maestri Distillery in Mexico. But and they make really good stuff. But I read a lot of articles about that NOM number. They say that's fake because if you read the law carefully, it could actually be coming from some other place, but it just has to be registered with the place. So you're saying, wait a minute. I bought it and I thought it was from Maestri, but they actually bought it from another distillery and shipped it in. But since it was under their control, they put their number on it. Apparently, that's what you can do. So you say, well, that would mean that the number doesn't mean anything. Right. It just means it somewhere in Mexico. Crazy, huh? And we know these Scotch companies trade with each other, and I know bourbon companies trade with each other. So why don't tequila companies trade with each other? The answer is they probably do. Okay, that's it. We at the end. I'm going to read the comments and we finish. Am I able to tell one from another? Not really. No. A little bit of Lagavulin just peeked through the curtain. Lagavulin. Okay, so this is the White Horse. It is. Okay. Rescued at the last moment. Victory snatched from the jaws of defeat. But is it a victory? You got to go through all of that to pick up a scintilla of this? Smoke and peat? I don't know. You think about that. Is it really a victory when you're paying $22 extra per bottle and you get a pinprick of difference? I think we know the answer to that. You're paying $22 extra. Maybe you're getting 10 cents better product. You heard what I said. Maybe you're getting 10 cents better product. Now, I know we know the answer, so that's it. When we know who the winner is, there's no use even showing the bottle. Now let's read the comments and I'm out of here. Do you still buy natural ice at this time? No, but maybe later this week. Yes. Okay. Good morning, Jay, says Jason Cleveland in the Northwest. Our local news said that if New Orleans will be at least index of 113 today and this week. Stay cool, my friend. Yeah, the actual heat won't be that bad, but the humidity will be so bad. Oh, I was sitting out there doing a beer review, and my shirt was getting wet, like if you was working out. But I was sitting in a chair. I wasn't working out. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you the humidity is outrageous. Outrageous. And that's why in the wintertime in Louisiana it feels cold. You say, oh, man, it was only 53 degrees. Yeah, but go out in 53 degrees when you've been splashed with water. See how comfortable that is. It's the humidity, man. BC's beer reviews. Oh, BC's beer reviews. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, regardless of it, if it's a bottle or a can, the man is going to review the beer, even draft. Good morning back to you, BC. So that's it. Thanks to Clan MacGregor for putting something on the market that is so much better than you would imagine that it is better than you would imagine. All right, y'all take care now.